everyone. Welcome to Today's Different Gaming Appetizers. And what are we talking about this time? PlayStation, Sony, they're pulling out. Where are they pulling out of? They're pulling out of the PC. All right, so let me get this pulled up here. Okay, so consoles, where they want to be. That's what the report indicates. Sony is pulling away from PC single-player PlayStation games. Under the current leadership, PC has become less important. So Sony is reportedly pulling away from PC when it comes to single-player PlayStation games to focus more on console exclusivity. Various comments from creditable sources include Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier and the digital founders John Lineman indicate PC has become less important for Sony and that single-player PlayStation exclusives may remain just that. Speaking with Triple Click Podcast, Schreier indicated that Sony will continue to release its live service games on PC as well as PlayStation, but the sense I'm getting is that they're backing away from putting their exclusive console stuff like traditional single-player stuff on PC. Schreier pointed to Insomniac's Wolverine due out on PlayStation 5 exclusively this September, which he suggests may never come to PC. Schreier then suggested Sony hasn't seen significant commercial success putting its single-player games on PC. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that big of a blow, he added. First-party single-player PlayStation games that have made the jump to PC, including Marvel Spider-Man, God of War, The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, and Days Gone. In the post on Reset Era, Schreier said his comments were not speculation, but sometimes topics come up on the show before I'm quite ready to publish a story about them. More to come soon. Digital Foundry's John Lineman said something similar on Digital Foundry Direct, saying, I actually have an inkling that they're pulling away from PC. Lineman said, watch this space. I get the feeling that they're under the current leadership, PC has become less important. One might argue that Jim Ryan's era, the one positive thing to come out was the shift to PC, but I'm not confident they have a huge vision for PC going forward. Not to say we won't still see some PC games happening, but I think it's not going to become more PC focused. I think if anything, it's going to become less. This is the reason I don't think they will ever consider a PC launcher like going bigger on PC at the expense of the console. I think console is where they want to be. So anyway, we'll stop sharing on that. So, yeah, I mean, from I guess from their perspective, from Sony's perspective, that makes sense, right? I mean, they want to sell their consoles. They want to keep everything within their ecosystem. And so they're going to back off from that. Or significantly wind it down, right? I could see them potentially doing that. We don't, it's not 100% concrete, but it's under the assumption of Jason Schreier, who usually gets things pretty correct, that, it seems like Sony's going to wind down on stuff, which, I mean, it just depends, right? I mean, that's fine for Sony and all, but with PlayStation 6, right? That's really where I'm looking at things. Depending on the price of the PlayStation 6, it might be a hard sell for people to switch over to that console, which may end up hurting them because they don't have their games on anything else, right? In the future. For right now, it might be fine, but in the future, it could end up being an issue for them. I don't know. It's one of those wait and see types things. But Shane, since you're not muted anymore, what do you think, buddy?
Horseshit. I think it all has to do with console sales. Spider-Man, and I only looked up one game listed, so this is purely speculative on my end. Spider-Man sold 1.5 million copies on Steam. That's Google AI. Steam, 1.5 million copies.
No, not even close.
The Spider-Man remastered on Steam sold over 1.5 million copies. That's
Check
the
Steam
AI
DB.
overview.
Check SteamDB. That's not even close to the number they registered.
Well, I'm not trusting Google AI overview then. What's SteamDB say?
Let's say it's in the tens of thousands.
I wonder if that's
And that was Spider-Man, you said? Because it sold
That was
less than
Spider-Man.
Ragnarok.
Spider-Man Steam sales numbers. According to AI Overview. Let's see here.
Well, AI can't be wrong.
Well, according to,
What?
if you want to go SteamDB, which I usually use SteamDB and Steam Charts, all-time peak since the game released, 28,000 players.
I don't know what the difference between that and sales is. Maybe not everybody is playing at the same time. I don't know.
No. What it means is how many players. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what that's true, but
No.
I mean,
But-
if you have 28,000 players, how do you get millions of people buying that and only 28,000 play at the same time?
How many games do you think Nick has bought he's never opened? How many games do you think he's got downloaded he's never said start?
Yeah.
That number could be skewed in lots of different ways. No offense, Nick. I just needed an example.
A good example, a normal example.
But anyways, I think it all has to do with consoles. 100% consoles. I think the more popular their games become on PC. All right, a good example is the walking simulator you guys like from Kojima, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
All right, you guys were waiting for it to hit PC. I imagine a lot of people are waiting for it to hit PC because to me, it's not one of those games I have to rush out and buy. And I didn't like the first one anyways, because that's all you fucking did. Just walk. I mean, there was more, but it wasn't a me game. But I think they're concerned about their console sales. Console sales are winding down for them, slowing down, not winding down. I think they're just slowing down for them. Because Xboxes, they hit a reverse. I think people are taking their crap back to the store. But I think it has to do with, like Nick said, consoles for PS6. I think they're going to have concerns with that because so far the next gen consoles are sounding stupidly overpriced. They're sounding mid to high range PC price, and the only way to keep people on the PlayStation brand is to keep all their crap over on PlayStation. I mean, I can wait a year for Spider-Man 3. I could wait a year for Wolverine. I mean, nothing they have and nothing even, Nintendo has or Xbox has is worth thousands of dollar console when I can just wait a year for a PC port. So I really think that's what it is. I think the PC is a way for them to generate revenue on the game side, but it's not going to help them on their consoles. I don't think Sony ever sold their consoles at a loss like Microsoft did. They might have originally, but I don't remember. Nintendo never has, if I understand correctly. But I think it's just down to that. They don't want to interfere with console sales. I mean, I don't know what they make per console, but they don't want to take away the driver of the console. And it's Sony. They make some of the greatest exclusive games, single player games, period, bar none. I mean, Nintendo used to have that title, and then Nintendo still makes the best one game every 3 years. Sony at least will drop a few every year, typically. So I think it's all consoles. I think they're trying to protect their console brand or their sales numbers. And I think they're really concerned about how everything's going to be affected with, the hardware parts all costing, triple, 100 times, 6,000% more than it used to. I think they're worried about tariffs. I think the only thing they don't have to worry about anymore is other consoles being competitive with them. Because obviously Microsoft is out doing whatever the hell they're going to be doing. They may still come out with a new console, don't know. Nintendo obviously is just doing what Nintendo does with their stuff. So it's Sony and only Sony. they don't want to drive anybody over to PC. They just don't. So that's just my personal opinion now. What about you, Pat? Did you find any distinctive numbers?
What's funny is I found an article here that said 2 weeks ago they sold 700,000 copies on PC, and then like I see what that AI overview that you pulled up. It says as of 2024, Ragnarok sold 1.1 to 1.2 million copies on PC Steam, but didn't that game come out in January of 2025 on PC? I'm trying to find the PC release date. That's what I was trying to pick up. And before you guys came out here, and I'm like, well, there goes AI pulling its dumbass
I'll
bullshit
stall for
again.
time. I'll stall for time. Hey,
Yeah,
Nick.
But no, it shows September release was September 2024. So they're trying to say in 2 months it sold 1.5 million copies. But then there was an article that came out just like 2 months ago that said they sold 700,000 copies. So I mean, we will never know how many copies they actually sold, but how many copies would Sony need to sell on PC for it to be worthwhile to them? And I do agree with you. It's to drive numbers to their console, but I'm not buying a damn PS6 for 2 games a year because that's all they ever put out. You know, For me, paying $700 to $1,000 for a piece of equipment for 2 games is not worth it, in my opinion. I will stick with my PC, and then, you know, somebody will mod port it over or something eventually. Who knows? I don't know. But I mean, like, I like their games. Don't get me wrong. I love their games. They make really great games. God of War Ragnarok was an awesome game. I like Spider-Man, like Horizon. I like a lot of what they put out. But to me, 2 games a year is not a console pusher for me.
Nope.
Maybe I'll wait till that console's about to die and the next gen's about to come out, and I'll get a used one and then pick up the back catalog of 8 games they made with the lifespan of that console, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that I'm a little unsure about the next gen console market, right? Like, I really don't. As much as Microsoft says we're not getting out of the console market, I don't see them making a true console for the next release. I mean, I
think that's the optimum word in your statement is true console. Yeah. I personally believe it is going to be some inbred, hybrid AI POS machine that's, you know, it's going to be overpriced, and it's
going to be a re-release of the Series S. This is a streaming machine, you know, and that's it. And it's like, hey, whatever games you can't play on this, we'll just stream it. And I'm like, I don't want to stream your damn games. But I'll be honest, I can't remember the last time I turned on my Xbox. And I'm trying to remember the last game I played on the PlayStation. It was probably Yotai, Ghost of Yotai. And before that, I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I mean, as much as I want to play Death Stranding 2, if it wasn't coming to PC and I didn't have a PS5, I wouldn't shed a tear. I would suck that I wouldn't get to play it. I'd be annoyed that I wouldn't get to play it, but at the same time, it's not like the end of the world for me, and it's not like it's not a must. It's a I really, really want to play it. It's not a I have to play this game before I die type thing. So I don't know, man. I mean, I like Sony's games, but I don't think they put out enough for me to care that I'm not going to be able to play their stuff.
This generation really fell off with exclusive titles I think for all consoles, but especially.
Well, I mean, Microsoft abandoned that, you know, Nintendo.
Well,
they don't put their stuff
in
out
Microsoft's defense, they suck.
Well, in Microsoft's defense, they just wanted to whore it out. I mean, that's what they really wanted to do. Which, I mean, I am not complaining about that. That is the right move to do, in my opinion. But it's also the move that's going to kill off your console market.
But it's also
but their console market was already on life support anyway.
Oh, yeah. But the problem is
they lost everything
since
the 360.
Sony.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that would push people. Well, I guess so. If you don't want a PC and you need a console, then yes, that's probably going to push you to that. But I mean, if you're pushing PC prices, there's no point in getting a console. But that's what you're saying is Sony is pushing people to their consoles because they're not going to put it on PC. So if you really, really have to play that PlayStation, that Sony game, then you have to buy a console. And if they really aren't going to put Wolverine on PC, that's stupid.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, they can do whatever the hell they want with their game, but at the same time, they reap the they reap the repercussions of whatever they do. If it means that studio didn't sell enough because their market share wasn't in that sphere. Like, I don't know how big, and this is what I would like to know. How big is Marvel outside of like Western world? Is it big in the Asian markets? Is like Wolverine big over there in Japan and China and Asian markets?
I'm pretty sure Marvel is huge everywhere. Don't quote me, but I know in Japan it's pretty big. I don't know about like China or India or those places, but
so it says
UK and stuff.
And this is AI, so I'm going to cover that. Marvel is moderately popular and successful in Japan, but it does not dominate the market that it does in Western countries. No. Often being outpaced by domestic anime and manga franchises like Detective Conan.
As it should, though.
Right. So it says the Japanese superhero preferences often lead towards younger adolescent protagonists. Example, Dragon Ball and Gundam. Rather than adult mythic societal heroes. So to me, their market, I mean, while PlayStation has a good US market, it's the majority of the US market is PC. So you're going to basically not do as well in the US. You're not going to do as well in even probably your own market, in the Japanese Asian market, because the superhero genre is not as big over there, it sounds like. So, and this is AI. It could be full of shit, which AI sometimes is. And just like,
no way. It's the wave of the future, man.
According to where AI got its information from is some information from Kotaku and Kotaku Nation articles and stuff like that about number of sales figures and things like that. But yeah, I think, and they even they pulled some stuff from Screen Rant about how bad Avengers movies and Marvel movies do over in Japan and things like that. So, I guess, we'll find out. I mean, I have a PS5. I want to play Wolverine, but I just don't know if I'm going to pick it up or wait. I want to play it, but I don't know if I want to play it that bad.
I'm stupid and I'm impulsive, and
we're also Western and we love Marvel.
Yeah.
Yep. And if they do come out and say, "Oh, it's never coming to PC," then I probably will. I don't know. I just don't know. Nick, are you going to buy it if it's only on the PlayStation? Probably, right? Is it a day one
probably
buy for
not.
You? Oh, you don't have a PlayStation anymore? Did you get rid of that?
No, I do. I do. I still have my PlayStation. It's not connected, but I have it.
Yeah. But have you played anything on it since Yotai? Or do you even play Yotai?
I haven't even played Yotai. I don't remember the last time I turned on my PlayStation.
In March,
it's not even hooked up. It's not even like plugged
March 10th is when they dropped their multiplayer.
Yeah. I don't even own Yotai. I'm waiting for it to come to PC, which is
I own Yotai, and I won't gonna say I'm disappointed in it, but I was underwhelmed with it. It's obviously not as good as the first one. It wasn't good as Tsushima in my opinion, but it's still good, but not that good. So I don't know. I will probably not. I'll be honest with you. If a PlayStation 6 comes out at $700, I'm not buying it. So I will be out in the PlayStation sphere for the next console gen. And once they stop making games for the PS5, then I won't be playing anything that they put out. And what ends up happening at the end of the generation when they release the next PS6 or whatever they're going to make, the games start running a little bit like crap on the older technology, which it should. People are developing for the next gen. So if it's ever coming to PC, I may not get to play some of these because I just can't justify a $700 plus console for 2 games a year.
Yeah. Me neither.
I think it's probably a good move for them to save their console market, but saving their game studios is another story. Because, I mean, I guess they're also just going to keep releasing their, which is a smart move, keep releasing their live service games on everything. Because I think Marathon's going to everything.
Yeah, Marathon's on everything.
Yeah. So, which is a smart move. You need to be everywhere where players are to make the money in those.
Well, when you make I mean, that was the problem with Concord, right? I think Concord was it PlayStation only when it came out initially? I mean, I know it wasn't a free to play game, but I don't remember if it was on PC or if it was just PlayStation. I honestly can't remember.
It was PlayStation and Windows, no Xbox.
Oh, okay. So no Xbox.
Yeah. So it was on Steam and Epic Games.
I mean, a free to play would have helped that game for sure. For Concord.
Gotcha.
Oh, right.
So yeah. So I mean, yeah, you got to put your live service and everything, or it's just going to die, right? So, but yeah. I am not a diehard PC. I'm not a diehard PlayStation fan. So I can forego some of their games. Their only console mover game for me was Horizon, and that's the reason that I got back into PlayStation back in the PS3 days was Horizon. I was like, this game looks amazing. I have got to play this, and I bought a PS3 for it. And then I've had a PlayStation ever since because they make good single player games. They've always have. But I just cannot spend $700 for 2 games a year. Maybe if I'm independently wealthy and making millions of dollars a year, I could do it. But in the current state of stuff, if only, right? But in the current state of the market and everything like that, I am scaling back on my gaming. And what I mean by that is I don't buy 4 to 6 games a year or a month like I used to.
Yeah. Yeah. And Shane might be right on, on that thinking, which I think Patrick concurred on was, to really save their console, not necessarily to save it, but just to kind of refocus on it and keep people contained within that atmosphere. I don't think it's necessarily that. I wouldn't say, and it's all speculation and guessing, but I wouldn't say that them putting their games on PC they haven't seen a significant advantage to that, right? Or boost to that. But I think it's just really Sony wanting to keep people in their ecosystem, right? And also to keep people from not deserting the PlayStation just to play their games on the PC, right? Side of things. But I mean, like I said at the beginning, depending on how expensive PlayStation 6 is and things like that, people might be like, I would love to play Wolverine or whatever, but I'm not spending that much money on a PlayStation 6, right? I mean, I know Wolverine's on PlayStation 5, but what I'm saying, like, it could if you outprice the consumers in the future, they're not going to stick with the console regardless of what you put out. It's just going to be too expensive for them. And the nice thing about a PC comparatively is PC can also do other things, right? You can surf the internet and do your homework or your business or whatever, right? Order stuff and buy things, and the whole family can use it. And you can also use it to play games on, right?
You can use it for what the internet is for.
Yeah. So it's got lots of functionality, unlike the console, which, I mean, consoles, usually, some have like a browser, but you ever try to use a browser on a console?
And Shane left me hanging. What's the internet for, Shane?
I'm a good boy, so I'm going to say churchly things, prayer,
Brazers.
The
church.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you meant the brazers you wear at church.
Yeah. What would Jesus do, brazers, right? Anyway, you guys got anything else you want to add?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not going to tell you.
All right. Well, in that case, thanks everybody for watching. Let us know down in the comments below. What do you think Sony's move is, keeping, kind of shying away from PC? Let us know what you think. Other than that, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.